What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles. Got a very interesting thing that popped up today. Now, I have a handful of videos that I've been wanting to release. Breaking product and stuff like that. Back when I was breaking Panini product, I ripped some Optic, I ripped some Prism, I ripped some other stuff, some Skybox. I've been ripping some stuff, and I've been wanting to put these videos out, but there's so much stuff going on that we need answers. We must have answers. I need answers because there's a lot of this stuff that's not making any sense to me. Some of you may know what I'm talking about. Some of you may not, based on the title of the video, and hopefully. I don't make very many videos where I'm like, I hope people see these and we get some answers. But this is probably one of them where I'd like to know what's going on. Just because of the level of, what do I want to call it here? Choochery, shall we say? Shout out to my boy JD. Check out the Card Hedge podcast, by the way, if you guys haven't. Chooch is our favorite word there. Choochery, I think that's a good way of putting it. As opposed to, another word. But choochery, I think that's what we'll stick with. There's something funky going on here, and I really don't know. So before we get into the video, before we get into the details of all of this, I want to preface this by simply saying that if I'm wrong in any way, shape, or form, or if there's a logical explanation that I'm simply not seeing in my analysis of all of this, I beg you guys to correct me in the comments. I beg you, because this is the kind of thing that I've been talking about for the longest when it comes to PSA. Now, those of you that know or don't know, Nat Turner is the CEO of Collectors Universe, or Collectors, they're calling it Collectors Universe, which is the umbrella company for PSA. They own PSA, they own Card Ladder, they own a bunch of other stuff. It's just this big conglomerate umbrella. And by all accounts, Nat Turner himself is a rabid collector. He got a lot of really high end stuff, as you would imagine he would. And he also collects a lot of '90s basketball stuff, which is right up my alley, as you guys know. Today on Twitter, Nat Turner was posting some of his hits, some of his recent returns from PSA. So let's take a look at that. And it started off with this one, Finest, 1995. Michael Jordan, some MJ slabs here. Beautiful, beautiful card. Nicely centered. It looks great. PSA 10 all day long. Next one is a Platinum Medallion. Michael Jordan from Fleer Ultra. Great card. Great looking card. Mint 9. We're going to skip over the next one really quick. And then we're going to go to this one, which is the 1996 Topps En Fuego. Beautiful card. PSA 10. Great card. Great grade. So on and so forth. This is the card that is in question. I already find it a bit odd. And I can't say that I blame him, right? Because it's his company, and he's been asked the question before about, is he getting favorable grades and things like that? And he's obviously, been PR trained, and he's like, come on, guys, don't be silly, It's. But how do we? You have to have a certain level of. Being naive. You have to be naive to a certain extent to think that people don't know that these are his cards. I don't know. I don't know what's going on at PSA. And it's that level of mystery and lack of transparency that really bugs the hell out of me when it comes to the operations of what's going on over there, legitimacy of the operations, or the morality of what's going on over there. But this right here is a problem. Okay? As you guys know, those of you who don't know, this is part of this card is part of like a 3-card set. It's meant to look like wood planks on a basketball floor, and there's 3 of them. They go together. Let me see if I can find what that's supposed to, or what that should look like. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And so this one has Michael Jordan in the middle. Now this chunk right here, there is literally a chunk missing from this card. A piece, a chunk, a whole piece of paper that is missing from this card, and yet it got a PSA 10. Now, I know that there are certain sets out there that have certain nuances that the manufacturer's defect was so prevalent throughout the entire set that grading companies are willing to overlook certain aspects of a card. It's like, oh, well, we know that all of those cards were offset like that. And so we'll excuse the offsetness to an extent. And so because of that, they may ignore certain aspects of it. But this is not that situation. This is missing an entire piece of the card. Now, once again, before I made this video, I went and I looked at a bunch of different cards. None of the cards are missing that piece. Okay, so that card does not. It's not supposed to look like that, right? It's. You know what? I'm gonna just pull this up right now because I know the question is gonna happen. Let's go jump right here. This is what that card's supposed to look like. The card's supposed to look like that. You see this? You see this little flap right here? This whole flap right here? It's supposed to make the other piece of the L that happens right here. So it's Bulls. It's supposed to say Bulls really big across the top. I'll go back and look at the whole. I'll post it right here so you guys can see it. But it's missing a whole chunk. So in Nat Turner's card, it's missing a whole chunk. Okay. So what I did is I went to PSA. I looked at the PSA certificate. Okay. So this is directly from Nat Turner's tweet. He tweeted this. I went and pulled I looked up the certificate, and this is what the card looks like. But if you look at it, if this chunk was truly missing, then what you would see on the back is you would see this little fold being non-existent. It wouldn't exist. This piece right here would be gone. So it would be cut off right about there. So maybe what happened is that it lost the top piece. Whatever the case may be, this card is damaged. It's damaged. It's damaged to the point to where it's missing an entire piece of card, and yet it got a PSA 10. I need to know why. I need to know how this happened. Because if there isn't a good explanation for this, and I'll jump off of here because I really want you guys to pay attention to this. If there is not a good explanation as to why this looks like this and why this is happening and why this card got a PSA 10, I just want some transparency here. That's all I'm looking for. Then there is no reason why any of you should be sending your cards to PSA anymore. Period. Explain to me how this happens. No reason whatsoever. The integrity of the grading process at PSA, there is none. It's null and void. If shit like this is happening, because this is shit. That's what this is. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand how those of you who are PSA, who are pro PSA, can defend shit like this, because that's shit. Thank you guys for watching, as always. I appreciate y'all. Again, if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Let me know what happened. How is this possible? How could this have happened? If you go to PSA's website and look up this certificate number, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see this on their website. Let me know if I'm crazy. Am I crazy here? Am I crazy to be concerned that the CEO of the parent company of PSA submits dog shit cards and gets grades like this that ultimately go into his set registry that he gets to tout around as an accomplishment? Tell me I'm crazy. I love you guys. We'll talk soon. Peace.